Coming to the green flag here for the Go or Go Home qualifying race here at the Tokyo World Speedway. It's the beginning of the weekend's festivities. It's Cole Baker, Eric DeMax on the front row. The top 8 finishers from this race transfer to the round of Tokyo, along with 4 provisionals. Green flag in the air here at Tokyo as Diego Yepes launches very good into turn number 1. Almost makes it 3 wide with Baker and DeMax for the lead. Baker on the inside here on lap number 1. He will clear the 47 of DeMax through turns 3 and 4 as Yepes climbs up to second place, but DeMax fights back on the high side. Both the inside and outside can be used to pass, but it's a little bit tougher on the outside. And I think the bottom will still be the more preferred groove, but I think as long as you got a good car, that top should be able to work at least somewhat well, at least for a defensive strategy. DeMax started second, fell back a bit, but now he's coming back into second place here as he tries to get past Yepes in the 81, making his first start, trying to make his first official start of the season. He's had a couple attempts already in the number 36, but has not been able to get into any races so far this year. As mentioned before, the top 8 is what officially transfers through. In the traditional sense, we're basically running Go or Go Home qualifying in the traditional way, but instead of a single lap, it's 60 laps. And you have to race other people. You get the point. Zachary DeLillo in the 88 car, he was 8th on that last lap, but he has now fallen to 10th here, as this is the battle to get in here, as Shade Eves goes past the 42 to move into 7th. And now James Sorfox alongside his teammate LaPrade. He's going to just go right on by the 42 with relative ease, which will put Sorfox in the position. Now DeLillo trying to come back here. He needs to stay with this top 8. And he needs to make his way past Dunn LaPrade. Here comes DeMax for the lead. He dives beneath the 50 of Cole Baker. Both these two made it into the round of Dubai very earlier in the season, which I believe was their last start attempts, if I remember correctly. So DeMax Reed takes the lead for the first time tonight on lap number 7 as Baker falls back into second. Yepes in third. Adam Verlanes in the 72. Rolling in fourth here. He actually, for the first time in his career, failed to qualify for a race. He did not qualify for the round of Kansas a few weeks ago. So the 72 team trying to rebound here. And it'll be very vital for him to get in with the Honda teams and Toyota teams and Mitsubishi team. All are going to want to make a very big effort here to get as many of their cars as they can in this race here. So definitely a little bit of some pressure from the manufacturers to succeed this weekend. Luis Hernandez in 8th place here, and you can see the top 8 have actually managed to sort of break away here. It's hard to tell from that camera, but here we go. You can see that top 8 trying to get away from the 42, the 88, the 39, and the 82, who are all in the draft together. Here's Bouchard. Really did not have a good qualifying effort. He's trying to work his way up through the pack. He's going to go right past the 39 of Brad Stover with relative ease. Now Bouchard should theoretically be in this race anyways, based off the provisional order, as the top 4 highest cars that don't make it in on speed in the owner's points. they transfer in along with the other 8. So Bouchard is in that top 4, so he should be pretty much good to go. But I think they'd rather not start in the bottom 4 positions in the field. We have 27 cars in this race, so a decently sized field, all things considered. And one of the big things that people really got excited about for this weekend, at least personally for me, is a lot of teams brought in some very interesting paint schemes to celebrate Japanese culture for this weekend here. And here's a really good example: Roberto Crown Jr. in the Persona 5 number 98 for Bishop Family Racing, trying to qualify in for their first race of the season. Crown's done a pretty solid job in the truck series this year, driving for Young Motorsports, a team that isn't always the fastest in trucks and definitely is not been very fast in Hardees. And he's trying to see if he can get this car into the race here, but he's currently running 18th. He's got quite the long road ahead. Logan Cloud in the number 57. Little Falls Motorsports probably just happy that they didn't even have to, that they only had to put 1 car in this race. Is this 57 of Cloud. His teammate Joshua Michaels actually got into the top 30 notice points this past week, so he's locked into the race. So right now they're trying to hope that Cloud can somehow get his way in. But he seems to be kind of struggling here off the bat. Here's Aria Carmona. She is was running in the top 5 for a little bit here, but the 1 car has slowly started to fade as this run has gone on. And Daniel Bouchard, who has flung his way through this field, he is hauling it right now, and Carmona's about to be in some trouble. Carmona has to race her way in. Bouchard does not, so Carmona's going to have to force her hand here. As she throws it into the corner. And she makes it stick. Holy cow, that was a really hard drive to the corner by Carmona. Oh, we got trouble. Onyx has dumped the 07 to Parker. The 07 is hard into the wall. Parker slides down the racetrack here, and oh, he's stuck on the banking. Caution is out. And there goes the pace car. Parker trying to get the car refired. He does. He gets the car off the banking. And oh, here come the leaders. There was DeMax, Eves, and Baker. And Parker, he's need to get a good look at that damage here. That was a big impact. And man, oh, that is some very significant right side damage for Parker, and rear damage as well. That might be the end of his night. Red Stallion Racing, this 07 car that has not qualified for a single race this year. Looks like they're going to have to wait at least another week. Let's get another look and see what happens here. As Onyx, she gets a good run on Parker, but dives it in. Oh, that was bold. And that was very unnecessary by Onyx. Good lord. I mean, I'm not even sure what that line was. She just threw it in so hard into the corner. Even if Parker had slightly come down, that was not even gonna stick. Pit stops here under caution, and this will not be the final stops of the night, as they will not have enough fuel to make it to the end of this race here. So this is basically just getting 4 tires for another run here. You can see the 07 Parker. They're trying to fix the damage on that 07. The Max comes to pit road here. And there's Parker. He's going to come out in front of the leaders. I think they're going to wave him around once the cycle ends here. You can see everyone's taking 4 tires. Baker gets out of his stall. Oh, Demax has a problem getting out of his stall. He can't get the car refired. Hernandez with a problem as well. Demax gets it refired. He's out on the track. Hernandez finally gets going. Oh, man. Eric Demax, who was the leader at the time of the caution, had an issue on the stop. They couldn't get the car moving after they put the left sides on. Oh man, that is going to put the 47 in a bit of a hole. Now, it's not the end of the world. There's still time, but that was not a good stop from the 47 team, and that is not the first time we've seen them struggle on pit road. Remember, back at Dubai, they had a 21-plus second stop, which cost them a really good finish that race. And now they had another bad stop here. So they're going to let Parker wave around here. Now, he did fall a lap. He is behind the pace car because he came to pit road, but he was in front of the leaders. So they're going to be nice. Technically, they could keep him a lap down, but at that point, you might as well just wave him around. Cole Baker has assumed the lead in the 50 car after a bad pit stop from the 47 team. James Storfox up to second place here. Shade Eves up to third. He drove through that top 8 really well. He was up to second there for a brief moment. Diego Yepes in fourth place. He's been holding steady in the top 5 so far tonight. Arya Carmona, that caution helped her out a bit. And also, I think she had a really good stop here as she moves up to 5th. Adam Verlin nice in the 72. Still holding on in 6th. Ricky Freeman Jr., who has had a really quiet night tonight, he's up into 7th. So a good stop from the Spartan Motorsports team to get him into the top 8. So a good piece of work by Spartan on pit road there has done the Pratt. He occupies the 8th and final transfer spot based on speed. Demax falls down to around 12th, so not a disaster, but not ideal. So just got to pass around 4 more cars, and he's got plenty of time to do it, but this 47 team, they cannot let that stop happen again, because they're going to have to pit him at least one more time. And Lilith Onyx, who basically just dumped the living hell out of the 07. Remember, she's still on probation, by the way. She's been suspended twice this season already. She's had 7 races of probation, and based off my math, her probation is scheduled to end at the next race. So, while this isn't a points race, you have to wonder what the FBRL's admins and officials are going to do here, because I can't imagine they're very thrilled about what Onyx just did to Parker. Well, regardless, here we go for the restart here. Cole Baker is your leader. James Storfox in second, as Mercedes occupies the front 2 positions. Green flag back out here at Tokyo. Carmona got a really good restart. She tried to attack Yepes in the first corner there, but backed off, but is not going to go for the turns 3 and 4 passing maneuver here on Yepes. But you can see Yepes fights really hard on the outside there. That's the strength of the outside, is that you can use it to get a run off the corner to defend yourself. It is not easy here. As Shade Eves, he comes back into second place. He immediately goes right past James Storfox for the position. Tell you what, Eves has got a good car tonight. He's this 27 team, they've come to play. This is the best they've looked all season long. Now, granted, this is a qualifying race, so the field quality is a bit more different, but at the same time, Eves has been looking really strong tonight. Here's Ricky Freeman Jr. in the 64. He's going to go past Carmona. And Freeman ran outside the top 10 for most of that run, so I wonder if maybe Freeman was just trying to get used to the car, and now he's got a bit more confidence in him, and he's now going to try and see if he can race these guys up here. DeMax up to 10th already, looking for 8th and 9th here from DeLillo and Verlaine, and he flies right past the 88 to move into 9th place. So DeMax is on the move again, which isn't surprising. He did lead basically the first 20 laps of this race. But this is a bit of a different situation though, because out front is one thing. Now he's going to have to try and race these guys who do not want to fall outside the top 8. So the 07 Phil Parker, he came back to pit road. Whatever problems have occurred to the car ever since that wreck, they are definitely more serious than one pit stop could have done for them. So they're going to lose a couple more laps here. Unfortunate for Red Stallion Racing, but I can't imagine. I can't imagine the Toyota camp is too thrilled with two of their cars wrecking each other here at Tokyo. As DeMax moves past Carmona in 8th place, or into 7th place, excuse me. Sorry for a little tangent there, but DeMax does move ahead into a transfer spot. So Carmona is now back on the back foot here with Adam Verlaine, who has lost a couple positions here. And this is for 8th. Here comes the 72. Underneath the 1. And can Adam clear the 1? He does. He clears her. And he moves back into the transfer spot. Whoa. Freeman got loose in the 64 while racing the 81. And he gathers it back together. And he keeps it going. And that checks up DeMax into Verlaine and the 1. And that's going to put DeMax out of the transfer spot, at least for a moment there, as he fights back against Carmona. And yeah, that's the difference in car quality right there. But Freeman Jr., he almost just spun the 64 car. But he does keep it together. But that's just part of the inexperience. He does not have many starts in these cars, and this is probably the best Hardee's car he's driven so far in his short time here. So got some things to get used to. Although I can't imagine Eric DeMax is very thrilled with him right now. Oh, we got trouble! Craig Popgrass in the 43 for Lassard Enterprises is up in smoke. Craig Popgrass in the Cup Noodles 43 for this weekend here. And that is a lot of steam coming out of the 43. And he's going to probably need some help to pit lane. Well, on the bright side, at least that steam would probably be... that steam from the smoke would probably be very useful for cooking the noodles. So I guess that's one positive about their engine blowing up. Free stove. Yeah, I got nothing. Luis Hernandez in a 3 car. Remember, he and DeMax were the ones that had issues on pit road. And while DeMax has got back into the transfer spot, Hernandez has not been able to do that himself. He's had a transfer spot, I believe, but he's now fallen out of it. And he's on the back foot. Hernandez had a pretty good outing at Talladega before getting involved in a wreck, which was quite disappointing here, but trying to redeem himself with a good run here at Tokyo. But this 3 car, he's going to have to pass at least 6 more cars to get back into the transfer spot here, and this team's out of provisional, so it's race in or go home at this point. Battle for 10th here as Cloud battles the 88 of DeLillo, whichever. And Cloud is, they seem to have made some adjustments here, and the 57 has actually picked up the pace a little bit. And they're trying to see if he can catch these guys up here. He can get to the back of Carmona, running in 9th place at the tail end of that draft. Maybe he could get a shot here. But he's going to have some... he's going to... even if he wants to do that, he's definitely got some other guys here. Zachary DeLillo in the 88s. Now, he's in a decent provisional spot. Based on the running order as it is, the 88 is in the race, regardless of where he finishes. But he would much prefer not have to use a Provo this season. Well, this weekend, excuse me. As we're coming up here on 20 laps to go here at Tokyo. And remember, we still got one more pit stop left. And we're expecting pit stops with around 5 to 8 laps to go here. Here comes Shade Eves in the 27. He's making a run at Baker for the lead. He fell back to 3rd for a brief moment, but he's now all over this 50 car for the position. Baker's basically led every lap ever since he took the lead off the caution. And Flipside Motorsports, who are coming off their first win for the Mercedes camp at Kansas when Vargas took the checker flag under caution. So definitely a team that's in high spirits here, and they would love to continue that winning. They would like to start a little winning streak here, even if it is not points related. But Eves is going to make Baker work for this, that is for sure. But you can see the 50 actually, like, you can see a small difference here. Baker's car looks a lot better on the straightaways than Eves, but I think the 27 just has slightly better cornering, and I think that's kind of the difference right now. Because Eves can drive up to Baker, but he just can't get him on the straights. But if Eves can just get a good run with the draft here, he could have a shot at this lead. And Eves' struggles have now suddenly brought Sorfox and Daniel Bouchard into the mix here. Bouchard up to 4th place. He is hauling it right now. And these four have separated themselves from the rest of the field. As there's DeMax in 5th, battling with Ricky Freeman Jr. for the spot. And currently Adam Verlinice in the 72 car. He is he has the final transfer spot with Ario Carmona on his tail. And here comes Eves. Eves got a run on the 50 of Baker here. So Shady's going to make a pass for the lead here potentially. Here comes Bouchard and Sorfox to try and capitalize. Ooh, Sorfox was looking for 3 wide for a brief moment. Here comes Bouchard with a run into turns 3. Forces Baker and Sorfox up the track. And that's going to put the 82 up to 2nd place. That was a bold move by Bouchard. And now he wants the lead from Eves. Luckily he doesn't pull an Onyx. But Shade Eves now in the Mitsubishi car to the lead here at Tokyo. As Cole Baker, who was dominating for the last 20 or so laps, he's now fallen to 4th all of a sudden. Speaking of Onyx, she's currently running in 24th, so that incident of Phil Parker has not amounted to much for her, I suppose, as she is currently battling with the 2 Tommy Roberts racing cars for the 23rd position here. Ryan Soper running his first in-race laps of the season so far in the Hardee Series. There's actually a lot of teams here who have actually not made a start this year. This is the first time they've actually gotten to run a race besides the consolation race at Daytona earlier in the season. So Ryan Soper, he's racing for the first time. Granted, it's not points related, so it doesn't really matter too much. And Major Robinson, who has made starts, but this is the first race the 36 team has gotten to get into since Daytona. So they're happy to get some laps in. Seth Cole in the 09, getting his first laps in for Golden Shamrock Racing. And Phil Parker in the 07. That was they are currently running their first laps this season as well. As here comes Sorfox here for 2nd place against Bouchard. 10 laps to go here at Tokyo, or well, 11 to go at Tokyo. And we're coming up here on the final stops here. And you have to imagine 2 tires might be the call here. Maybe some teams will consider taking no tires at all. But we shall see here shortly. Now we're at 10 to go. Alexander Rowe. We're going to quickly take a look and see who's in the provisional spots right now. And Tristan Grace and Alexander Rowe, these 2 are currently in position for provisionals here. Now, Tristan Grace is quite far down the order in the Provo order, but a lot of the guys in the top 8 are in, so... And, Rowe coming to pit road as here we go. Pit stops here underway here for the final time tonight. Here at Tokyo. And we'll get to the other provisionals here momentarily, but the leaders have come to pit road. And Eves gets into his stall, so he'll surrender the lead as Danny Bouchard stays out there. Here's DeMax and Baker here. Now we're going to watch this. Now, this is important to watch this 47 stop again, because remember what happened last time. Will they have cleaned up the previous time here? As Eves, he took 2 tires. Baker takes 2 tires. DeMax took 2 tires as well, but he's having trouble getting the car refired again. You're kidding me! DeMax in the 47 for Monster Energy Racing with another problem on pit road! The 2nd time in a row tonight! Oh, DeMax is trying to get the car going here, but he doesn't have any grip down there. He's trying to get him going, but he's losing more spots because the outside has more grip than the bottom lane. But another terrible stop from the 47 team, and this one was probably even worse than the other one. For the lead here, Adam Veronese comes off pit lane. He was the last car to come to pit road, but Shane Eves in the lead here, and he's got a gap. The 2017 with an excellent pit sequence here with 7 laps to go. And Mitsubishi, who has, they've got 1 top 10 this season all across the Hardee series this year with Dom Caps and Team Velocity, but they could be looking at a checkered flag here. And granted, it may not be a points-paying one or an owner's points-paying one, but you gotta imagine this is gotta be quite a morale booster for the Spark Sport 2017, and they've had quite a tough year. Bouchard in 2nd place here, not too surprising, I suppose, and Baker in 3rd. Ricky Freeman Jr. in 4th, battling with James Silverfox for it. Silverfox in 5th. Diego Yepes here in 6th place, just keeping his nose clean. Arya Carmona has just got past Aaron Veronese. Now, Veronese just got off of pit road, so his tires are cold. But it kind of doesn't matter here because Carmona's 7th and Adams 8th, so these 2 have the final transfer spot here. And Hernandez now in 9th place. He is on the move here in the 3 car. He's going to need to catch either the 72 or the 1 car to make this race here. Here comes the 72 on the inside of the 1. Adam pitted later than the rest, so his right sides are more fresher than anyone, so he's got a small advantage here over these guys. And he's going to go right past Carmona with ease. And here comes Hernandez now trying to get a run going. Hernandez has to get to Carmona. He's out of provisionals. The 3 team out of provisionals. And right now the provisional spots, based on how they are, it's the 88 car, the 86, the 7, and the 45. So that's your situation right now. And Eves has got a 3-second lead. But this is the battle for the final transfer spot. What a massive twist to this all of a sudden. It looked like Carmona or the 72 was going to be on the outside looking in just because of DeMax. But now the battle's between Carmona and Hernandez with 2 to go. And Eric DeMax, a disaster pit stop, 2 in a row. The troubles that plagued him at Dubai happened again, and he is down to 15th, and he's out of time. This is the battle for the transfer spot right here. They're catching Phil Parker, who's off the pace in the 07. The white flag is in the air for Shade Eves. He's 2.9 seconds up the road. But this is the battle here for the final transfer spot as Hernandez with a run on the 1 car. Oh, but Carmona catches Parker in a bad spot. Here comes Hernandez with a run off the corner. Carmona stuck by the 07. She comes down and prevents the 3. Hernandez had a run. She threw a block to make the pass through turns 3 and 4. So get into the race at Tokyo this weekend. Hernandez gets a run. He gets the draft, but can he get there in time? No, he can't. Carmona makes it through. Arya Carmona and the 1 for Kevshire Racing Tech have transferred into the round of Tokyo by just barely half a car length. And Shade Eves, we'll look at him crossing the checkered flag here. But Shade Eves, he wins. Here, he wins the Go Home qualifying race at Tokyo. Bouchard, Baker, Freeman Jr., Silverfox, Yepes, Verlin Ice, Carmona all transfer through. And here's Shade Eves. We're going to get a look at him crossing the checkered flag there. We're so focused on looking at the transfer position battle. But here's Eves, and Mitsubishi takes its first win of any kind here in the Hardee Series. And that was a very impressive race by Eves and the Sparksport team as they drove their way through the field and ended up with a 3-second lead at the end. And you gotta, Eves and Sparksport, they gotta be feeling good about their chances this weekend all of a sudden, because that 27 looks really strong, especially in the corners. Before we take you to results, check out what happened here at the start of the pit cycle here. So Silverfox and Bouchard are running side by side for second here. And look at Baker. Baker hits the back of the 02 of Bouchard and knocks him into Silverfox. And that was how Cole Baker entered pit road, slamming the back of Bouchard and almost wrecking his Alliance teammate there.